Hi guys, it's Nancy, and I am just playing with the Nailed It Glimmer plate by me and Spellbinders, and I'm just trying out different foiling machines and different foils. And today I am using the Foilpress by Gemini. You can only use this in the Gemini machine. Either the Gemini Junior is better than the full-size Gemini. If you're going to go with the full-size Gemini, you must have the top extender plate. So I have my foiling friend in there, which is that paper to keep everything aligned. I have the machine on medium. It's almost done warming up, and there you can see my plate. And then I have some Hammermill Premium Color cardstock cut down to 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it will fit perfectly on the foiling friend, and this is 100-pound weight. And so I'm starting with some Blue Bonnet, blue sparkly hot foil here. And I can align that perfectly. And then my paper will go right on the outer edges of the foiling friend. And then I have 23 seconds countdown. I think I'm going to do 25 because this is a little bit larger plate. And let's see if that's hot enough. And I'm just going to foil a few of these panels out so I have some ready for future use. Now what you won't see is when I disengage this is I will run this into my Gemini Junior, which is on the other side. Again, you don't need anything special for the Gemini Junior, but if you are using the full-size Gemini, you do need this extender plate. If you don't have the extended plate, it will not work in your full-size Gemini. So I'm just going to take this out and run it through the machine. And we're going to plug it back in and you'll hear it beep. Okay. And I think that is pretty good. I have another piece of foil here. Oh, got a little underfoiling. Ooh, a lot of underfoiling. Okay, so this is why we test, because we want to check that out. So I think we need to increase our time. Let's go to 30 seconds. Let this get super hot. But yeah, it's underfoiled in the middle here. And it could be, am I warping already? I could be warping already because I'm using this on medium heat, which is the biggest qualm I have with this machine is when it starts to warp, the center starts to curl, and then that's the part that doesn't get foiled. So that could be the issue. We might have to do an added shim to help with that. In fact, I'm going to add a paper shim quick. There we go. So we did a little bit long. We're still on medium, 30 seconds, and I added a shim. Same foil, same paper. Okay, let's see how this does. My concern with adding a shim is we might get overfoiling on the other. Yeah, now it's like overfoiled. There's a lot of pressure there. Okay, let's see how it did. Perfect. Still a little bit under there, but not enough that anybody's going to notice. All right, that makes me pretty happy, so we're going to continue with it this way. I'm going to let this stay in there. It says it's not warm enough, so we're going to let this heat up while I cut some more hot foils here. And again, these are all from Blue Bonnet. So just doing different colors, different styles to see what we can get here. Someone asked me if there was a way of turning off the beeps. And there is not. Oh, that might be too short. Can we go this way? Nope, that's too short. When it's too short, well, there's enough space there. I probably could just shimmy a small piece in, because it's not like it's going to go, we can go like this. Pretty side is always down. There we go. There we go. Again, we are aiming for 30 seconds on medium heat. I am going to continue to use that thick cardstock shim. And this is the orange hot stamping foil from Bluebonnet. And the order from Bluebonnet is only on Facebook, so I'll put the link down in the description for you guys. Now, what do you do with pieces like this where it's not completely foiled? Well, the rest of these tools look fine, so I'll probably put them through my scan and cut them out and just not use this 2 in the middle. So it's not wasted. And you can easily color these in to give them a little bit more personality. You don't have to. I'm going to try some matte silver and matte gold. Now the matte is kind of hard to tell which is the top and which is the bottom, so just kind of remember when you're cutting it off the roll, because it looks very similar. Okay, let's see how our orange one looks. That looks good. Oh, now there I had a wrinkle in the foil. You can see it up there. Same thing on my saw, but the rest of that looks good. That's because of the wrinkle in the foil that messed up. That's okay. Still looks cool. I might have to move the position of my plate to a different positioning. I'm going to turn my plate this way. And it'll be a little higher on the paper, but we'll see if that works out better. And I'm going to cut a piece of matte gold. Yeah, any imperfections, like there's a scratch in the foil there that you have, will show up when you're foiling. So you do need to be careful of that. And that's why I always try to tell you guys, take care of your foils. Make sure everything is in its right spot. Okay, let's see how matte silver looks. That came out pretty good. Now that was, again, a little imperfection in the foil there, but that is acceptable to me. And that I'll just erase off of there. That looks cool. All right, so maybe just moving that position will be okay. And remember, we can reuse these for waste foiling too. This is the matte gold. I think that underfoiled. I think this saw, I got to do something. It's right in the middle and my plate is already starting to warp. So you can see it's lifting, and that's where it's lifting. It's right here in the middle where that saw and pliers are. And that is the only thing I do not like about this machine, is once that starts happening, you have to grab another plate to use it. So let's do one more. And the shim helps it a little bit, but it really bothers me. And that's why I honestly don't use my foil press anymore, because I have to use Gemini foil on it or things like that happen. So it's a little bit heartbreaking when you see that happen. And again, these are all hot foils or hot stamping foils or foil quill foils from Blue Bonnet, which you can find on Facebook. I will link the link for you guys. This will be the last one, and I will shim it. I should put an extra shim in the middle there. Let's reveal the gold. And again, everything except for the saw. And it is not the fault of the foil plate, it is the fault of my foiling machine because of the warping. I'm going to run this one through twice and see if we can kind of help avoid some of that warping. I ran that through twice. Hopefully it didn't shift the hot foil plate by doing that. Sometimes it shifts when you move it. But hopefully we got better coverage in the center. That seemed to help. Oh, it did shift a little bit. Can you see? There's kind of double lines, so it did shift a little bit, but it did give us better coverage. That's kind of cool. Let's try, we'll do, I know I keep saying one more, but I'm going to try running it through again. There's some mirror cardstock here. Generally, mirror cardstock foils nicely. We'll see how it does here. Let's do some red. And that's extra thick, so I don't think I'll need the shim, but I am going to run it through twice. So, you know, if you have issues like that with underfoiling, one, check the temperature that you have. Now, if you have the Glimmer or the Go Press and Foil, it really works on one heat, so you don't have to worry about that. As far as timer, again, that's just a countdown on how long the heat is on there. But I noticed as soon as I went to medium heat, I could feel the plate kind of starting to warp a little bit. So we got a couple of good results here. So I'm not unhappy. I just have to keep conscious that when I'm using this machine, I need to stay with the Spellbinders. I'm sorry, the Gemini Foilpress Papercraft foil works best instead of other companies. Now this foil works great in the Glimmer, and you don't have any of that warping in the Glimmer. All right, I ran it through twice. Oh, it didn't stick. It started to peel off too soon. Well, I got a nice embossed image, but it did not stick to that foil card. It's embossed, but it did not stick. And I don't think that I can see here that I am good enough to line this up. Well, we can try. It's not going to be perfect because there's missing pieces there. Okay, we'll let that get back to temperature. So we need that to go to green. It's on red. And then we'll try to foil again. So this does not like the foil. Now I know. And I was going to try to reuse it, but enough of the foil peeled that it wouldn't have come out very well. So I don't want to, I'll just use this bottom piece for sentiments and such. And this will just use as an embossed image. So always experiment with the different papers you have, because you never know what's going to work and what's not going to work until you try it. So we're just waiting for this to go green, and then we'll hit the countdown, and then that will be the last one we do. And then we'll have this in red, blue, matte silver, matte gold, and orange. Enough for me to get, oops, almost pulled that out. Enough for me to get started on making some basic cards. So now that these are done, I can just put them on card bases, and I can add the sentiments on here. I can put the sentiments on the inside. I can choose to color these or not color them. That one I will cut all of these out and not use that one that didn't foil. That one too. That's kind of neat. It's very reflective looking. And I'm going to run it through twice again. And when your plate starts to warp, what you want to do is take everything off of here. Okay, and this is going to go under my Gemini. You can see that warping. It's going to go under my Gemini so it flattens out. Okay, so as long as you use Gemini Papercraft foil, you won't have any problems with warping. But when you go to other manufacturers that require a hotter heat, then you get some warping. Okay, let's reveal this one. Beautiful. So running it through twice with the shim really helped me with that center where it was warping. That makes me very happy. All right. So again, all of these foils came from Bluebonnet on Facebook. The foil plate is the Nailed It Glimmer plate, which I designed with Spellbinders, and I'll put the link down below for you, and you get these beautiful tools and you get the Nailed It sentiment. And I wanted to show you too, there's a straight area here where you can kind of line this up so that way it's not crooked if you wanted to foil it at the same time. And also you can put it up here as well. So that makes it pretty easy, but it is called the Nailed It Glimmer plate, and it is part of the All the Tools release at Spellbinders. I'll put the link down below if you want to check it out, and I appreciate you guys supporting me on that. Thanks for watching, and keep on foiling. Bye guys.